So we did a rattlesnake avoidance clinic on Saturday, and what it does is it allows us to introduce rattlesnakes to the dogs as a negative experience, but in a safe environment. So there's no risk of them getting bit and having them, potentially die. We muzzle the snakes so they can't even open their mouths. Their fangs are tucked back in their mouth. They are brought out, left on the grass, so it's more of a natural setting. We use an e-collar to kind of tense your muscles and relax them, and that's all it is. It doesn't actually shock the dog. So when they approach the snake and get too close, we'll stimulate them with the collar. It teaches them that if they approach a snake, unpleasant things happen. And the goal is to get them to avoid the snake if they see it, smell it, or hear it. So we used a bigger one first so they could see the snake easier. He had a really big rattle, so it allowed the dog to hear it really easy. And then the second one was a lot smaller. His rattle had actually broken off before we caught him, which worked out pretty well, so the dogs could use more of their sense of smell to find that one. And then the third one, what we did was a recall. So I held the dog on a long line. The owner went on the other side of the snake and they called the dog to them. And the idea of that one is when they see the snake, even if they're heading towards their owner, they're still going to avoid it, take the long way around. I do recommend doing a refresher training every spring or early summer, as well as getting the rattlesnake vaccination.